Welcome to the video on things to do after installing Kali Linux. Let's start from updating the system. Update the system. In this step, we will update our Kali Linux system to the latest version. To update our system, we will use the command sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get upgrade. This command will update all the installed packages to the latest version. It is important to keep our system updated for security and bug fixes. This will ensure that we have the latest security patches and features. Updating the system is one of the most important things to do after installing Kali Linux. Please note that updating the system may take some time depending on your internet connection and the number of updates available. Once the updates are finished, your system is ready for the next steps. Let's move on to the next step, installing additional tools. Install additional tools. Kali Linux comes with a lot of tools pre-installed, but sometimes you may need more specific tools. To install additional tools, we will use the command sudo apt-get install. This command will install the nmap tool on your system. You can install as many tools as you need. It's important to research the tools you are installing and make sure you understand how to use them safely. Installing additional tools will help you to customize your Kali Linux system. Please note that installing some tools may take some time depending on the size of the package and your internet connection. Let's move on to the next step, customizing the desktop environment. Customize the desktop environment. In this step, we will customize the look and feel of our desktop environment. To customize the desktop environment, we will use the command sudo apt-get install.kali defaults. Kali root login desktop base xfce4, xfce4 places plugin, xfce4 goodies. This command will install the xfce4 desktop environment and some additional plugins. xfce4 is a lightweight and customizable desktop environment that is ideal for use with Kali Linux. The additional plugins will give you more options to customize your desktop. Once the installation is finished, you will be able to change the theme icons and other settings to suit your preferences. Customizing the desktop environment will make your Kali Linux system more user-friendly and comfortable to use. Please note that this step may take some time depending on your internet connection and the size of the packages. Let's move on to the next step, configuring network settings. Configure the network settings. In this step, we will configure our network settings. To configure the network settings, we will use the command sudo nano /etc/network/interfaces. This command will open the network interfaces file in Nano text editor. You can configure your network settings such as IP address, gateway, and DNS here. It's important to configure your network settings correctly to connect to the internet and other networks. You can also configure your wireless network settings here. Please note that this step requires some knowledge of network settings and configurations. If you're not comfortable with configuring network settings, you can skip this step and use the default. Let's move on to the next step, configuring the firewall. Configure the firewall. In this step, we will configure the firewall to secure our system. To enable the firewall, we will use the command sudo ufwa enable. This command will enable a firewall and block all incoming connections by default. You can configure the firewall rules as per your requirement. To check the status of the firewall, we will use the command sudo ufwa status. This command will show the current firewall rules and the status of the firewall. It's important to configure the firewall correctly to protect your system from unwanted connections. You can also use this command to make changes to the firewall rules. Please note that configuring the firewall requires some knowledge of firewall rules and configuration. If you're not comfortable with configuring the firewall, you can skip this step and use the default. Let's move on to the next step, creating a non-root user. Create a non-root user. In this step, we will create a non-root user for better security. To create a non-root user, we will use the command sudo adduser username. You can replace username with the desired username for your new user. This command will create a new user with the specified username and prompt you to set a password. It's not recommended to run Kali Linux as the root user, as it can be a security risk. Creating a non-root user will provide an additional layer of security for your system. You can use this user account for day-to-day tasks and keep the root account for administrative tasks. Please note that this step will not affect your current user account and settings. Let's move on to the next step, configuring SSH. Configuring SSH will allow you to access your Kali Linux remotely with a secure connection. Configure SSH. In this step, we will configure SSH for secure remote access. To install SSH-server, we will use the command sudo apt-get install openssh-server. This command will install the SSH-server package on your system. To configure SSH, we will use the command sudo nano /etc/ssh/sshd config. This command will open the SSH configuration file in Nano text editor. You can configure the SSH settings such as port number, protocol version, and authentication methods here. It's important to configure SSH correctly to ensure a secure remote connection. Please note that this step requires some knowledge of SSH configurations and settings. If you're not comfortable with configuring SSH, you can skip this step and use the default settings. Let's move on to the final step, learning and practicing with Kali Linux. Learn legal, authorized, and compliant use of Kali Linux for pen testing and security research. Use it only for authorized purposes in compliance with laws and terms. To learn and practice with Kali Linux, you can visit https://www.kali.org/tutorials/. This website provides a wide range of tutorials and resources to help you learn and practice with Kali Linux. It's important to keep learning and practicing to improve your skills and knowledge. You can also find many other resources and tutorials online to help you learn and practice with Kali Linux. Learn legal and authorized hacking and pen testing with Kali Linux. Improve your security skills. Use knowledge ethically and legally, only on authorized systems. We've covered a lot of information in this video. Take your time to review the steps and practice them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Hacking Wi-Fi networks is illegal and can lead to serious consequences. Remember to always use your knowledge and skills ethically and legally. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I want to wish you all the very best. Thank you.